House Republicans are sounding the alarm over plans to pass what President Trump has called one big, beautiful bill to implement his legislative agenda. Oklahoma Republican Congressman Tom Cole telling reporters that it's increasingly likely that lawmakers will need to pass a stopgap funding bill in order to keep the government funded into the fall. Meanwhile, Speaker of the House Mike Johnson jokingly asking for prayers as negotiations push on.
This is a prayer request. Just pray this through for us, because it is very high stakes, and everybody knows that.
Yeah, so big day ahead here. NewsNation's Tom Dempsey is on Capitol Hill with the latest this morning. So, Tom, Republicans have this really slim majority in the House and the Senate, right? So what's the holdup in getting the president's agenda passed?
Hey, good morning from Capitol Hill, Markie. Yeah, we're expecting this vote to happen later today. And right now, there are some serious concerns as to whether or not the votes are there for this plan to pass. On one side, you have some Republicans coming out saying they're concerned about the lack of details when it comes to these spending cuts. On another hand, you have some Republicans saying that they don't think the spending cuts go far enough. So one lawmaker telling NewsNation, our sister publication, The Hill, that as many as 10 Republicans are nervous ahead of this vote. So President Donald Trump has come out and endorsed this House budget plan, and supporters here on Capitol Hill say it would fulfill campaign promises and address the president's full agenda. And that includes extending the Trump-era tax cuts set to expire at the end of the year. It would also provide about $300 billion additional spending for the border and defense, and it calls for up to $2 trillion in spending cuts along with a debt limit increase. But the plan does not lay out the specific cuts, leaving some worried that Medicaid could be impacted.
I know the president has already indicated that he does not want to cut from beneficiaries. That's important for me to hear. The speaker has said the same, but then the question remains, how do we get to that $880 billion in savings, and what does it mean for the tax cuts?
Now, for some math ahead of this vote, just showing how tight things are for Republicans in the House, House Speaker Mike Johnson can only afford to lose one fellow Republican vote, assuming all Democrats vote against this plan. But this vote will be a test of President Donald Trump's agenda, and just to see how much true support it has here on Capitol Hill, Markie.
Yeah, a loyalty test for a lot of folks. So, Tom, with the tight majority Republicans have in the House, what are Democrats doing? And are they offering up any sort of plan of their own?
Well, here's the thing. Again, with things expected to be so tight with this vote, House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, he's the leader of the Democrats in the House. He's calling on all Democrats to be here at the Capitol for this vote today. Democrats continue to criticize the calls to extend the Trump-era tax cuts, saying they will only benefit wealthy Americans, but haven't put forward an alternative plan. Instead, they're working with the House Appropriations Committee on a bill that would temporarily avoid a government shutdown before the March 14th deadline. But it's their effort to block the president from withholding funding that's already been appropriated that Republican Congressman and Appropriations Committee Chair Tom Cole says might make an agreement harder to reach. And with this vote teed up for later today, Hakeem Jeffries, the House Minority Leader, has called on all House Democrats to gather outside the Capitol around noon Eastern time to further voice their concerns about this House budget plan. So a lot of interesting things to watch today here in D.C., Markie.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.